morning, good evening, warm welcome, and thank you for watching us today from any part of the world. I'm Nicolette Huszák, a business coach and a marketing human strategist and the leader of Who's Coaching. This is the first inspirational show, inspirational talks about you, for you, from me with love. Actually, I wouldn't go into details about 2020 as it was an extraordinary year. I've posted some thoughts about it and lots of others have already done it so far, so I don't want to repeat myself or anybody else. This interview series were dreamed because there were several ordinary people, leaders, business owners, who are heroes in a certain context. These heroes did remarkable actions during the pandemic period, and actually they had a big impact on my life, giving me inspiration and motivation in the last 8 months. And I would like to introduce these very special people, and please let them inspire you too. My first guest today is Uri Toth, who is the managing director of Aviadev Europe. Uri is a passionate aviation marketeer who believes in flying is a good force of good. He's not just a leader, but a happy husband and father, and also a runner. Hello, Uri.
Hello, Nicolette. Thank you so much for inviting me and for a very kind introduction. Much appreciated.
And thank you for accepting my invitation. Last year, we had some contacts in different platforms. We had chats. We attended conferences, and I won't forget that. For example, one of your podcasts, we were talking about the coaching experiences and what is coaching about. And actually, this time I would like to ask you about the last very tough months, I would say, because some of the audience know that the aviation industry also struggling, and actually your business in this aviation industry, and that would be great if you can share some thoughts. What was your feeling? How can you deal with these challenges?
Yeah, it's been a ride, wasn't it? It was almost a year ago when we met together at the conference in Zagreb, where you were speaking on a panel. I was moderating it, and at that time we didn't have a clue what was coming, and probably it was good that
Exactly.
we didn't know. But I think probably it was my very last of the few trips abroad I took. Since then the pandemic hit, so very good memories, and there are also good things that happened in 2020. We are doing as business, we are doing our core focus has been from the very beginning doing events, physical events for our aviation development community, for the airports, the airlines, the tourism boards in Europe, with focus especially on the regional side of things, on the regional airports. And obviously we couldn't do that. So our last physical event was in October 2019 in fantastic Valencia.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And all of us 250 people who were there, I think everybody has great memories.
Mm-hmm.
But 2020 didn't allow us to do that again. So we had to shift our business as well. We had to switch to the online world. And it wasn't easy. It definitely wasn't easy, but we adapted. We organized many webinars. We continued doing our podcast, where you were also, as you mentioned, a guest in one of the episodes. And eventually, back in September, we even did something nobody has ever done before, which is an Aviadev Europe 2020 was an online event, first ever route development forum taken online. So airports and airlines were talking together on these digital one-to-one meetings using a platform that we have created and brought everybody together. And that was very much appreciated by the community. So professionally, I would say that was the highlight of my professional year 2020.
As a leader, it seems that this kind of virtual world, so you try to somehow adapt this new normal. Maybe this is part of our new normal, if there's new normal or not, but definitely part of it. What was the biggest challenge as a leader in the last 8 months?
Well, in our business, the biggest challenge was to actually survive. There are
Okay.
many companies who didn't make it, be it tour operators or airlines. And for us, as a relatively small company, it was challenging that basically our revenues came to very close to zero. One of the reasons that we managed to survive actually was also the thing that we are small. So small means flexible, small means adaptable, small means very quick in decision making. So that we leverage on all those benefits of being small.
Can we say that you find, as a leader and as a company, you find the right balance in the last couple of months?
We are still on a journey in terms of finding for balance. And privately, I cannot say a lot of negatives actually about the last couple of months. We've been working remotely even before pandemic, so my colleagues most of them are based in UK. Since the pandemic, I enjoy so much being at home with my family more than ever before. I have a small daughter, she's 2.5 years old, and it's been a privilege to be here with her, to watch her grow and explore this little world around us. So that's really a privilege. And at the same time also I used this time as an opportunity to learn many new things. So for example, I was terrible in the kitchen before, and now I can even cook some really nice things like Italian goulash, for example. Maybe it's not as good as Hungarian goulash, but I do very, very, very nice beef Italian goulash. So that's something. That's one thing. Another thing, I developed quite strong morning routine. So in the morning I have a couple of rules. One of them is absolute no phone. So within the first 2 or 3 hours, I don't check social media. The only thing I'm using my phone is to listen to music or podcasts. So that's number one. Of course, I drink a lot of water, especially in the morning, but during the whole day, and I exercise quite a lot. So I think today is I'm on 187th day in a row that every day for those last 187 days I've been exercising at least 30 minutes a day. There are lots of positive things and opportunities that this last couple of months has generated. So it's very much about the mindset, how we look at things, and we see everywhere something negative, something bad, or we are looking for those positive moments of inspiration and finding joy and peace even in small little things, as a smile of your daughter or a beautiful sunrise. As recently I've been experiencing. I'm walking every morning now for 45 minutes for the last couple of weeks, and now with this snow and freezing, like -8, -10 temperatures at 6 a.m. in the wood, just myself, nobody else is there. Every now and then you can see a deer or other animals from the woods. So it's brilliant, and I wouldn't be able to enjoy all those things if I would be like traveling all the time as I used to before.
Yes, yeah, traveling. Oh, I wish we could fly again.
Exactly. I mean, at the same time, thanks a lot for reminding me. At the same time, I have to say that I love traveling, I love flying, and I miss it so much. And I can't wait till the moment that I will be able again to see the skies from above.
If you can mention one or two person or book or anything which helped you and inspired you or motivated you in the last couple of months, who or what would it be?
Yeah, there are many people that has been inspiring me for the last couple of months, and I also use the time to read a couple of books, not as many as I wanted to, but it's a journey, it's a process, so I'm getting there. So from the professional point of view, I'm very thankful to have my boss, who I can call a colleague and a friend at the same time. His name is John Howell. He's the founder of Aviadev and our CEO, and he's been instrumental in us surviving as a business, and with his attitude and very strong energy, despite there were many not so happy days. Second, it's not a one person, it's actually a group of people who I would put in one category as female political leaders. All of those ladies have been tremendously inspirational. I'm sure not just for me, but for potentially the whole world. Yeah, and from the book, so I just finished the Talk Like That book, which is here.
Yes.
And it's a great compilation of the best practice, and I think there are nine rules described there for delivering a perfect talk, perfect speech, from all those famous speakers like Richard Branson and many others who are mentioned in the book. That's one of the things I would like to focus also in the months to come, to become a better with my presentation skills, with my communication skills. So that's why I chose this book.
What actions do you plan in the next 3 months as a leader?
Yeah, so as I already mentioned, this first half of 2021 will be still very challenging from the professional point of view, and yeah, the industry is still suffering quite a lot. So the focus will still be on supporting our community in the ways we can through our platform online, of course. Creating opportunities for our community members, creating content, maybe delivering some educational formats, any way how we can support and be there for our community, and we will be looking for those ways, and we will be communicating actively with all our partners. And privately, I would like to finish the journey I'm on. So I started this thing called 75 Hard for the second time in my life. So last year I did it for the first time. This year, basically with the 1st of January, I started the new year. I'm don't say I'm a big believer, but I think there is something special about New Year's resolutions. But I wanted to use this opportunity that there is something magical or special about the first day of the new year. So that's why I started this journey 75 Hard, which is a series, let's say, of 75 very hard days, because every day you have to exercise twice for 45 minutes. So in total 90 minutes. And at least one of those trainings has to be outside, no matter what. So this is where my morning walks come in. I always have a 15-kilo backpack on my back, so that makes it a bit more difficult. You have to read 10 pages of a book every single day. So that's how I managed to finally read, for example, Talk Like That in like 25 days. Or something like that. Then a very important thing is the diet, which means zero alcohol, zero sweets for me. And the last thing is the water. So it says in the rules 1 gallon water per day, which is like 3.8 liters, which is quite a lot. Those physical aspects are not the most important in this journey, I would say. The guy who developed this program, he said it's a mental toughness program or training. It's not some kind of like challenge which you see on the internet every now and then, but it's always about like fighting those negative voices in your mind and in your head, and sometimes it's really just not overthink things, just not think too much, just wake up, stand up, and go for it without thinking too much, because then sometimes we are doing a lot of bad things to ourselves when we are overthinking. So keep it simple and easy.
Yeah, last year your discussions and and all the contact what we had, then I felt this kind of inspiration. And 2021 started the same inspiration. So how you were talking about your journey and this kind of mind shift and how persistent you are, how you plan it and you do it, and this can-do attitude. It's a very, very good start. If you can share one message with the audience, whether it's in inspirational, any kind of message for them, what would it be?
There will come a day in which we say pandemic is over, and we will be over it. It will be a past. So maybe what I would like to inspire everyone is to now to use this time we have to learn something new. So when you will say, you will be talking to your even to yourself or to your kids, to your grandkids in 5, 10, 20 years time, you can tell them, during those times it was a very difficult time, but I managed to use this time and I learned new skill, I learned new language, I learned to play piano, I learned to make fantastic pancakes, which is, for example, the highlight of my my last months, or one of those, of course. So yes, you use this time to learn something new.
Thank you so much, and thank you for accepting this invitation. So for me, it was again a very inspiration and motivational minutes. So I hope this initiative as an inspirational show will reach as much people as we can, and we can share these ideas, these feelings, because we are in the same, almost the same situation. And if we can share and if we can feel that at the end of the day everybody feels the same, then we know that actually we are together, and there is always a person who can somehow give this kind of inspiration and can give us support for the next step, for example. So thank you so much.
Always happy to talk to you, Nikki, and hopefully next time it will be in person live.